Hi, my name is Annette.
Hi, I'm Judy.
And hi, I'm Jamie.
And what are we all studying at QTC this year?
Well, I'm an audit student, which means that I do the study, but I don't have to do the exams and assignments. And this year I've been doing New Testament.
Yep. And I've been finished a graduate diploma of divinity, and then had a 6-month break. And Gary Miller conveniently let slip that there was a Masters of Theological Studies available, which might suit my circumstances, and so I'm studying 5 subjects into a Masters of Theological Studies, or MTS. Yep.
And I'm doing a graduate diploma of divinity as well, very slowly, one subject at a time. So I'm 3 years in.
That's the way to do it. Yep. Just pick up the subjects as they come along.
Yeah.
What were you doing before you came to college, Jamie?
Okay, I'm a public accountant, and I run my own small public accounting practice, just doing tax and audit, that sort of thing. In addition to that, I work part-time as the business manager at a small Christian school at Kalanga called Charlotte Mason College, and we've got about 60 kids on campus and about 150 distance ed kids, and it's just a lovely school.
What about you, Judy?
Yes, well, I've been doing lots of bits and pieces around church, running Bible studies, teaching RI in our local school, and I was teaching English as a second language. So most of that I'm still continuing, fitting in between my study. What about you, Annette?
Well, up until a couple of years ago, I was teaching full-time, primary school music teaching. I dropped my hours the last couple of years, and then this past year I've been fully retired, so that gives me time to be able to study as I want to.
Yep. And Annette, what made you come to study at QTC?
I think I've been interested in theological study for a long time, and I lead a ladies' Bible study group. I also help with a young mums group, so I think it's really important to have a strong foundation of biblical truth and understanding the background to what we believe.
Yep. And what about yourself, Judy?
Yes, well, I've always wanted to do some deeper theological study, and it's not really been possible with young family and timing. It's great that QTC allows people to do part-time study now.
Yep.
But just working and running Bible studies and writing them, I just realised I needed some better foundation for that. And it's been really good, not just for the theological side of things, but also practically and pastorally. So
Yeah.
that's another reason to come here. What about you, Jamie?
Yep. The reason I came to QTC is I was recommended by a friend that had studied here, and we had caught up at a sporting association, and he was a former student here and a chaplain in the army, and we were talking about the things of the Lord and how I'd wanted to learn more, I wanted to get a really solid theological foundation of biblical beliefs, and the reason I came to QTC because I perceived that QTC had a very strong, uncompromising, I suppose, very solid teaching in the Word, and I just have really appreciated that.
So what's a highlight of something that you've learnt, Jamie, in your studies?
Yep, I probably had 2 highlights while I've been here, and I think every subject that I've studied had a little revelation or I've learned something, but in particular when we studied church history and the Reformation and how the Reformation came about with Martin Luther and then John Calvin in particular, and just such a relief to learn about God's grace and the teaching of grace and how we can come to God, and it's nothing of our own work that we do, that His salvation is a free gift that's to us and all we have to do is receive it. And just to read about that was just marvellous to me. And yourself?
Well, each subject has been a highlight as I've gone, but I've really enjoyed doing the Bible subjects just to see the big picture as well as the details of the books, but also to be able to look at the structure and how I would be able to teach those books to women in a Bible study and to divide them up. But this last semester I've been doing pastoral skills, and it's been a wonderful subject to think how to bring God's word to bear on people's hearts. So that's been a great highlight with some practical application.
Yep.
What about you, Annette?
Well, I've loved being able to interact with the people here at QTC, to know the lecturers, to be able to ask questions. But also I feel really encouraged when I talk to the younger students. I feel encouraged for the future of theological training, and I think theological training is so important for the future of the church at large.
Yep. And it's really, I found it's really exciting to come here, to meet the students and to meet the staff, and they're just such beautiful people. And every staff member that I've spoken to has just been so supportive. It's a great place to come and learn. You're always made to feel welcome, and the students are all from different backgrounds, from different countries, and from different age groups, different church denominations. And it's just, when I have had an opportunity to come on site to participate in on-site lectures, it's just been wonderful. You just fit straight in like you've been here all the time, and always made to feel welcome.
So, Judy, would you recommend this study to others, and why?
Absolutely. Yes, I would recommend it because it helps you to personally to draw closer to God, practically to share time in fellowship with that broader Christian community. Just to see God working in Brisbane is really exciting. And as you said before, Annette, the young people who are bringing the gospel to Brisbane, to Queensland, to Australia, to the world through here. Also, I think just the challenge of me personally knowing God better in different ways through his word, and to be able to share better, even in a simple way in RI, me understanding the gospel better and to understand his word better has meant that I can explain things better to kids.
How about you, Jamie?
Yes, I feel the same way. It's been great. The studies have given me a foundation to know the reasons for what I believe. Faith comes first, but now there's this real solid understanding that's coming behind it. And definitely I'd agree, it just allows, when you're talking to people, it allows you to talk to them with confidence. It allows you to explain things and have a knowledge of the foundations on what we believe, why we believe it, and these are the reasons for that.
Yeah. And I feel that in this really confused world, that it's important for every Christian to really know what they believe and why they believe it.
Absolutely.
And I would encourage it for Christians of any age group to say, yes, I need to find out more. Yes, I need to study deeper.
Yep.
So, yes, it's been really worthwhile.
And the way the world is changing, we do have to know what we believe and why we believe it. That as socio things change in the world and pressures come upon the Christian church, we have to know why we stand firm in our faith.
That's right.